Hi Leo, I love you, honey. So we're gonna do a Celtic, and then at the end of this Celtic, we're gonna see your person's thoughts, emotions, and action about the reading. Okay. And that being said, yes, changes to perk, everything in one folder now, and we're digging into the calendar. I'm gonna go have 200 pictures printed, so I'll have it in the hand when we do it. It's gonna be a calendar special, probably a couple of hours. Okay. I love you guys, and this reading's gonna be for Leo. Don't watch the readings unless they have a sun sign. You deserve the right energy. Even the collective needs a sun sign. If anything else does. Let's see. Leo. Holy angels, holy spirits. To the divine above. Angels and ancestor gods. What can Leo know? So you got 12 cups, a celebration of a wish fulfillment, of reflection and rebuilding. Rebuilding through a reflection on who you can trust emotionally. Knight of Cups. Some people you used to be nice to. Now that's changed. Let's see. Where's this reading going to start? Two Swords. Ooh, and the World. Huh. Challenge. Someone's trying to block you from ending the cycle, but it's only sparking your manifestation more. It's only pushing your manifestation through. It's thrusting it. You know, the more negativity they bring upon whatever you're trying to do, it's thrusting it through. Well, what is it that Leo don't see? Oh, the Chariot's in reverse. A level. They want to be level with you. They don't, stuck and undecided, not moving to the level on a hold of the offer. They're trying to hold you back. There's something that they're doing right now, and they don't want you to actually go anywhere until they have something to do with you. 6 Swords. They're trying to find peace. They're trying to find peace with you in some sort of manner. Well, why is the 2 of Swords here then if they're trying to find peace? Page of Pentacles, 3 Wands. They're actually planning and preparing to initiate a small long-term contract with you. When you get Pentacles, that's a long time and stable. So let's just clarify external energy right there. 2 Swords in the World. 8 Cups. The Hierophant. They don't have emotion. They didn't have emotion for spiritual people. But now they have a new perspective. Unemotionally fulfilled with that conflict, drama, competition, strife, and jealousy. They didn't trust spiritual enlightenment until they themselves was spiritually stable, in defense, taking a stand and responsibility on, I'm going to say, a jealous circle, causing the confusion in the end. There's the World and your Magician. And the 4 of Cups, the offer, successfully, independently. Page of Wands, sparking the interest. You're the one they want. Page of Wands is in the challenge. And the challenge isn't for you. It's for the person trying to connect to you. You're already in a certain level, spiritual level. And they can't connect to you until they get there. So let's clarify the challenge. Challenge is the Page of Wands, Page of Wands and the Magician. You know, the Magician's manifesting one's dream into reality. You have all 4 elements there that you need. And the Page of Wands, the spark of interest, it's fueling the manifestation. Yep. 2 Pentacle. It's a slingshot, that hoe, right back to that 5 Wands. The dramified jealous circle. Because of the confusion in the end. You're, what is the external, why is the external person so, what's in the 8 Swords? Why are they so confused? 2 Cups. Tower. Boom, shakalaka. A shocking revelation of what a soulmate connection really is. The 3 Hires. And celebrating. Of communicating. That's sexting. Coming together is a challenge and deception of enlightenment. Spiritual enlightenment. Ooh. All right. You could have had a circle of passionate partners. Or your person could have had a circle of passionate partners. But you got 2 Pentacles here going back and forth to the circle. You know, going here and going there and going there. But now, that circle, the 5 of Wands, it's what's causing all of the confusion in the end. So the world is here, and that's what's coming out in your reading. The divine will end it when he's ready. Nobody can make this schedule but him. And the more they push jealousy, hatred, drama towards you, it's like slingshot that hoe. What is in the foundation? 2 Pentacles, struggling, juggling, going back and forth. Just unsure. And in the foundation, the Hangman is in reverse. And 2 of Cups in reverse. Separation of a soulmate without support. Calling judgment on the King of Cups. That is Scorpio energy and a masculine in his emotions. Foundation. Well, there's the Knight of Cups. So the King of Cups is a masculine ascendant emotionally. Knight of Cups is a lower vibing masculine emotionally. Now the Knight of Cups in reverse, untrustworthy. No friend. No love. Only riches. Here's the King of Wands, masculine, for the love of money. Ace of Cups. Page of Swords. Ooh. Well, when you get, let's clarify it. Is this masculine care more about money right now than his spiritual realm? Is that what it is? Because it's like 5 little hobbies and 2 contracts. Well, Page of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, yeah. Manifesting a brand new contract. That's the Page of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. A plan and preparation behind the scenes. Leo, leaving and reconsidering. You've been wondering if this person or situation is worth your time. And for someone to miss you, they actually had to freaking miss you. Right? Right. Where's the Divine Feminine in the foundation? 10 Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Well, she's in the Strength card, honey. Strength card, power, wisdom, self-love, self-care, self-attainment. See that infinity sign right there? That's what the 2 of Pentacles is swinging around in. She carries her own wreath. On the 6 Wands, it carries the wreath. But you know what? Strength card's got their own. This feminine needs nothing from anyone but herself. Look, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is in reverse. Queen of Pentacles, 6 Swords. And there's the Wheel of Fortune, 9 Wands. This situation forced the feminine to reconsider her destiny. Or it forced her to set the boundaries of her destiny. Ooh. She's like, and I trusted you. Got the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Cups in the upright. That's Pisces and Leo energy there with the Strength card. Where is the Divine Masculine in this reading? Knight of Cups, 10 Pentacle. Okay, another contract. Remember the Page of Pentacles that come out earlier? Oh, he did it this time. He went on to the King of Pentacles. Look, Strength card and the Devil. And that's the small contract that he has put up. The Emperor and the King of Pentacles. Woo! Following through on that change and turning point. And there's the Page of Pentacles. Initiation to reconsider where you go. Comfortable with the Tower. They shockingly got a lot put on their shoulders. Knight of Pentacles, which brought them down a notch. Because the Queen of Pentacles, wow. Stressed, anxiety, and sleepless nights. Worried, unemotionally fulfilled, heartbroken. It's an apology to the divine. Page of Cups and the Hierophant. Hello, divine. Saying I've been holding back. That's the path of interest they want. It's the Queen of Wands. That's the new perspective, the whole new urge of seeing it for what it is. Oh, mercy, you're in their prayers to the divine above, the Four of Cups. That is the offer of the Queen of Cups. Lover, confused. He said, that offer that you brought me of that Cancer sign, that confused me, Lord, is what they're saying. And they're asking to be freed from all this confusion. Emotional confusion. But through the divine eyes, you start a contract, you got to finish it. And this could even be a 10-year contract that's in the foundation. So it's been going for quite some time. We'll see if there's pentacles that come out here. That's how many years be left. Let's see, my love. In the recent past. Oh, come back. Get that. 9 Cups. A wish fulfillment. Truth. Wishing just the truth. Just, oh. Only emotionally content with clarity. Clear. Let's see what this is. You got 1 sword to 9 cups. Someone didn't trust that you had love for them. Because you, they looked at you as stubborn. But you're not stubborn. And you're not jealous. You're territorial. And stern. What is the external of this Ace of Swords? 5 Cups. They put it on themselves. Unemotionally fulfilled. Sad, lost, regretful. Look, Queen of Pentacles. Well, the King of Pentacles saw that it was too good to be true. And there's a Death card. 4 Pentacles. Okay, so there's 4 years past right there. And it took this masculine 4 years to see that this Queen of Pentacles, I'm not saying women are a waste of time, but through your elements and where your legacy lies in your 10th house, it depends on the signs that's there, okay? And so the King and the Queen of Pentacles here, they're long-term partners. They're forever lifetime partners right here. But the masculine's wanting another contract, and the Queen of Pentacles is unemotionally fulfilled. So they just dropped 5 cups there. Going for 4 cups. That's the offer to reconcile. The one that come out earlier with our conversation to the divine above. Where's the divine feminine with the Queen of Pentacles and 5 cups? Leo. King of Cups. Scorpio energy. That's the masculine. Being emotionally controlled. She knows it's what's holding him back. She knows this was a 4-year hold. Okay. What's starting in the 5th year? That 10 pentacle, the hermit. Look, fifth year? Yes. No longer needing to reflect. Because now you have the feminine coming out with the 10 pentacles. The feminine is abundant by herself. She carries the cornucopia. She's gonna pull out a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of her purse with milk if you're hungry. You know what I mean? See you on the street and you say, I'm hungry. No problem, baby. I got you. Pulls right out of her bag. You know what I mean? Woo. Okay, so where's the masculine? It's the bell. Masculine. Where's the divine masculine in this reading when it comes to the Queen of Pentacles? There's the 4 of the cups. Yeah, 9 cups, 5 cups, 4 cups. He wants the offer. It was in the conversation that he was talking with the divine earlier. He wants to transition the offer. Soulmate. Transitional soulmate. Deception. He knows that there's interferences and deception, a bunch of sneaking around. He wants to change the energy. That's a mind flush. You know, like when you flush shit down the toilet. Like when you refresh your page. Phew. No longer playing with it. Top of the spread. Heartbreak. Oh, and the hermit. So, alone, reflecting, heartbroken, a lot of crying going on here. Because in the hermit, you're actually looking for the star, that hope, faith, balance, renewal. And you're also reflecting on the serpent energy. And that's going to come out with the Queen of Swords, the 7 Wands, standing up to a Libra. She's initiating emotion to the King of Wands. And here comes the Ace of Cups. Because she knows he's looking for love. There's his strength. He gets his strength from the divine. But the divine has it blocked. Divine said no. Masculine. Don't look at the Queen of Swords in the eye. What is she really trying to do? She's actually the reflection. She's what's causing the reflection. Shadow work. Shadow side work. Where's the feminine? 3 Swords Hermit? Uh-oh. Knight of Wands. Okay, so it wants to say about the friends with benefits is what she's saying. Because this is the Knight of Cups. It hit it. So the Knight of Wands come out. Emperor. She's shadow working and heartbroken because she knows the masculines. He hasn't got to the King of Wands yet. He's still in the Knight of Wands. She's not looking for somebody on a pony. What's she looking for? You got the Emperor there. I mean, it's he didn't trust his own offer. She feels like she's been undermined by the masculine so many times. That is 15 swords. Damn. Where is the masculine? It's past the tower. And the feminine's thinking he's not going to know what hits him until it hits him. Masculine, he's focused. Look. Boom shakalaka. Shocking revelation. Sudden change. Turning point. You done it now, ain't you, buddy? And there's the Queen of Wands. And your son. And another fucking tower. I told you. It's almost enough for 2 towers. 10 swords is the minor arcana. You got to celebrate that tower, baby. To be spiritually enlightened. Here comes the Queen of Wands soulmate with that new perspective. You got the Temperance here twice. Peace and contentment. Peace and contentment. Blocked. Coming together behind the scenes to plan and prepare foresight. Oh, 9 swords. There's 19 swords. There you go. Stressing. Undermining the abundified love. How good love can be without money. Undermining how good love can be without money. If you can't be with somebody that can't sit with you broke, then they don't need to be sitting with you while you rich. Damn. Yep. Where's the third party here on both sides? Where is the third party here on both sides? This masculine, he's got his head down. He's trying to perfect the tower. So the feminine's actually, she's not stepped all the way out. She knows she's got to give him spiritual space. For example, you got a couple getting on the dance floor, getting ready to do the best dance you ever seen in your fucking life. You going to stand up there right beside them? No. You're going to step back for a minute and let them do their thing. Here's the lovers and the sun. The enlightenment on a lover. A spiritually enlightened lover. Ace of Swords, clarifying, King of Cups, masculine. The Death card, what they want to transition to. 5 Swords when they don't even trust themselves. Conflict and drama. That's a whole circle that never trusted where the masculine's emotions is. You know, people that always talk down to him. So let's clarify what's going to be the tower. It's going to come quick. All I'm going to say, trying to master the tower. Page of Swords, a shocking revelation of what you're looking for. 8 Swords, confusion. So that's going to be the 9 Swords. They know a tower's coming. That's 9 Swords. What's causing the tower? And see, the feminine has 3. And it's not her fault, so it reflects on them. Temperance. Page of Swords, being at peace with them. Seeing some sense of clarity, because the 5 Swords and the 8 Wands. Conflicted communication. 5 Swords. Untrustworthy communication behind the scenes. 10 Pentacles, abundifying, the acknowledgement to hold the Page of Cups and the Empress. He knows that that's what's blocking him from being able to initiate to his feminine. He cannot have any other offers on the table. If they can't sit with you broke, then they can't sit with you rich. Damn. What's coming in for the reading? Amazing. What's coming in for the reading is the Knight of Swords. Somebody about to speak up. Oh. And the 4 of Wands. But the argument's going to be comfortable. This is an argument that's going to bring comfort. In moving forward with the initiation of emotion on the path of interest, secretly. Remember the 2 of Wands and the Moon come out earlier with the conversation with the divine? They want to be able to connect with you without everybody else in the world. Not in a rude way or weird way. It's just the Knight of Swords just needs to happen. Let me see. The 4 of Wands, happy life, happy home, even the dog eats good. Let's see. Well, there you go. 7 Swords, 9 Cups. Sneaking around what they're wishing for is going to cause an argument. Deception in the 9 Cups. Interfering with the wish fulfillment. 5 Swords. Conflict and moving forward from the confusion successfully. See the other wreath? Successfully. Now slowing down and looking into the star because curious about where the confusion's coming at. And through that, they have successfully recognized their feminine. With that new energy, the new perspective of the Queen of Swords, with that emotion, taking a stand, leaving it all behind and reconsidering the Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords again, and the 10 Wands. Okay, so this is masculine, is worried about, like when he connects to a feminine, he's worried about his past women, you know, saying something to her, hurting her feelings. Can't nobody hurt her feelings but the masculine. She doesn't care. She cares about the women, but what they say mean nothing. So external energy of Leo, if you're trying to connect with Leo, and if Leo is your twin, You will either connect or you will connect and bounce back off again. So that's what they want. They want to make sure that the energy's right. Well, let's ask. What's it going to take for the energy to be right? Well, there's the hold. Okay, it has to be justified. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. It has to be a spiritually balanced. There's the divine right there with the strength card. Leo, you're spiritual and you're looking for love too. But you're also going to stand up for your fucking self intuitively when it comes to a dead end masculine and thinking about it all the time, thinking about everything. You're not going to go on strategics. You're going to go on something that makes sense. So what's coming into your reading, there's one person that really wants to connect with you, and through that, they have a lot of people that want to interfere with it. And what they want to interfere with is the offer and the star. They know that you're going to offer them to see it for what it is. You're going to be the one to give them a new perspective on the 5 wands, 5 cups. You're going to tell them who's been steering the cups in their life. That's 5 little pots being stirred through emotions and passion, love and lust. Ain't the same. Your internal energy. Damn. Your internal energy. You got the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. And the Hierophant. Honey, if that ain't a spiritual awakening, I don't know what is. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune and the 8 Wands. A change and a turning point in how you talk to the divine. So you have a masculine here that has ascended. They're on their way to ascending. I mean, you got the King of Swords and the Hierophant here. Taurus and Aquarius, okay? What are they doing? Well, there's your 9 Pentacles. That is your independent path of interest. 9 Wands with boundaries. The Hermit, alone. So this is a masculine that can't find the feminine. He don't know where she's at. He don't know where she's at. What's he looking for her for? His strategic thoughts is going straight to the divine above. You understand me? This is a masculine thinking really hard about the feminine. And the feminine, she's protected. The divine and the 8 cups is there like, no, go off. Go somewhere. What is he thinking really hard about that the divine feels? What's he thinking about? King of Swords, Aquarius energy. He wants to blow the bridge. 2 swords in reverse. He no longer wants to be stuck in this argument. This argument's going to unblock the bridge. Ooh, it's going to blow the bridge. The argument is going to blow the bridge. Okay, so you got somebody coming in that is going to be comfortable with taking up for themselves and what they wish for. Because what's going to unblock it is done. 10 Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. That one contract, it's no more. 10 Pentacles, justice. They're justifying the legacy of love. And the Wheel of Fortune, a change and a turning point with the Queen of Cups, 6 Pentacles on a level without supportive independent investments is blocked. Well, the masculine's realizing the Queen of Cups, a Cancer energy, or a female water sign, if they stay around this person, they'll never be able to ascend. And that's what they're thinking. It's a depleted contract. But this argument's going to open the crossroads. Okay, so where's the feminine there? Divine feminine. Well, there's your 4 of Swords, okay, rest, recuperating, talking to the higher self, talking to the divine. You got the Ace of Swords, which is hidden in the Four of Swords, and the Two Pentacles there. Look. She struggles with her true lover not knowing the truth. She said, how can they not know? How can they not know? You got the Ace of Swords and Four of Swords here. And she's saying, well, if he is the true lover, or she is the true lover, as the Queen of Wands, they'll come back. Queen of Swords. Tower moment. Well, there's your Wheel of Fortune and your Ace of Wands. Destiny. A new energy bringing in through destiny to celebrate. You got Three of Cups here twice. Watching the enlightenment of emotional confusion, secretly rebuilding. Feminine. The feminine actually saw the masculine that she thought that was her divine masculine choose another woman over her because of her spiritual realm. And he wasn't going to understand her in the first place until he was spiritual too. Where's the external energy of the Hierophant and the King of Swords? Oh, the Empress is in reverse. Oh. Page of Swords. Strength card. Queen of Cups. Fake Empress. The water signs of fake Empress. Where is the divine feminine of this masculine? The Hangman. She's not supported because it's immature. I told you it's a third party reading. When the feminine's in the external energy, the initiation of an apology. Seven Pentacles. Oh. The Sun in reverse. She's not spiritually enlightened. Five Swords. And that's the challenge. Conflict and drama. All she does is bring a bunch of freaking drama. Well, where's the masculine in the Hangman and the Knight of Wands? Getting a different perspective because of all the immaturity here. No longer supporting it. Not going to cut one down once they're in the Knight of Wands energy. Feminine. Four of Wands. The Lover. Twin Flame Lover. That's what she's looking for. That's her focus. Masculine. Where you at? Oh, 10 Wands in reverse. He's going to drop things that doesn't belong to him and end the cycle. Look at all those ones and 1-0. So he's closing cycles of so he wants to blow the bridge up here, and you know when you get there there's trees and stuff in the way. That's what he's cleaning. What's in the 10 Wands? There's the Fool. He wants to be free. To be able to offer. Free from the offer. Free to offer. What's the Four of Cups? The Four of Cups. Justice and the Strength card. Spiritually balanced Leo. They want to be spiritually balanced to be able to come for you and offer. What are they going to offer now? The Empress. Five Cups. They could miss the feminine or think the feminine's unemotionally fulfilled, but she's turned that pain into power. Seven Cups. She's the Star. She's healed. Hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation. She knows whatever's broken can always be renewed if it's supposed to. So for the feminine, she left alone. She could have left because it put her at a low vibe. Where's the masculine? This feminine felt like it drained her. And where the masculine is, you got the Queen of Swords, counterpart to the King of Swords. And the Knight of Pentacles. Two Cups in reverse. Soulmate separation. Leaving. So the masculine is leaving the Queen of Swords. Virgo energy. Libra and Virgo energy. Knight of Pentacles. He's magnifying it. What's he magnifying mostly? The emotional confusion. The Emperor. He said, I got it messed up, didn't I? He's leaving. Six Swords. See, here's the Seven Cups here. And the Fool. He's no longer with women right here. This person's no longer with women. They still talk to him, but what's the Queen of Swords want? King of Wands. She wants his passion. Queen of Cups. She's coming in as a water sign. She's like an army sergeant. 9 Pentacles. The Fool. Something that they have to free themselves. 9 years. They're on the 9th year. They have 1 year left. It's taken them 9 years to release themselves from this person. That's what karmics do. They leech. Knight of Wands. The Emperor. It's what's keeping them at a low vibe. Well, what would the Divine Masculine say to this Divine Feminine right here? You got the Knight of Swords. 5 Cups. He really misses her. That's what he want to holler at her for. Page of Cups. And the Magician. Page of Wands and the Magician. Oh, your person, when they manifested a sexual interest. They didn't manifest to love first and sex later. But they should have said no. Why would the masculine come in at the Knight of Swords and the 5 Cups to the feminine right there? Son, because she's spiritually enlightened. She doesn't have anything to hide. And love. He said, damn it, I love you. I don't know how else to say that. And here comes the Queen of Cups. And he has acknowledged that the Queen of Cups was a level that they had to leave to successfully recognize how to level with the feminine with jealousy. Look at that. The Queen of Cups is so jealous of the Divine Feminine, they can't freaking stand it. And she's done nothing wrong but do what she's supposed to be doing. Potential outcome in this reading. Well, you have 6 Cups. 8 Pentacles. This soulmate connection, it's focused. It will be perfected. Because the Queen of Wands, Strength card, that's the Aries energy, Leo, or feminine fire sign in Leo. She is the one that's going to bring the new perspective of what they're really looking for. Where's the Divine Feminine? 6 Cups, past life nostalgia. You've known each other before, nothing but happy times, honey. Focused on happy times. Perfection. Where's the Divine Feminine? Oh. Keeps falling. She'll stand up for what she loves. Making a stand in love. Because she knows this heartbreak was caused by the divine himself. And that's the only thing that's got her feeling comfortable with the masculine following through with the spark of interest, which because he was sexually immature, which is going to clarify the struggle on the unknown, unknowingly being spiritually balanced without support of the soulmate destiny. The feminine knows that the divine had to give the masculine this lesson, or else he wouldn't have understood the spiritual realm. No one could have allowed him to understand it. But it's what's happened. Whatever's been said in that Knight of Swords, that's what got the ball going. That's what got the Wheel of Fortune turning. Let's see what's in there. It was said out loud. 9 Pentacles, independent. Queen of Pentacles, other woman, magician. Manifested a lover, the feminine, abundant soulmate, looking for truth to transition to the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, Scorpio energy. The masculine is planning and preparing a foresight of reflecting on that 7 swords. Anything interfering with him getting to his passion. He wants to be free of these 10 wands and celebrate it. No longer feeling the weight. He knows when he no longer feels the weight, the negative energy is no longer there. Where is the masculine here? Man. 6 swords. So he is leaving a situation behind right now where he can go hear himself think, where he can assess those investments, okay? And see, you got 7 pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, that's going to make your 8. With the 10 swords and 6 swords, that's going to leave 4. He's still looking for clarity. He's still looking for earthly truth, but what he's understanding now, earthly truth's not going to get him anywhere. He's not going to believe it anyway. And that's how he's going to be able to release all his stress, anxieties, and sleepless nights of being misjudged. And that's what's going to allow him to transition to the Queen of Wands. It's going to allow him to go through that deep emotional, immense transformation. Yeah. And find clarity of that sexual immaturity, the spark of interest to follow through the divine. There you go. The divine said you started it. There's your Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. The divine is going to break his heart. He's got to be comfortable in challenging. He was comfortable with them challenging his mentality. That one independent Queen of Cups, Cancer energy, or female water sign, was at a level, earthly level, spiritual level, equal give and take. You get what you give. Get what you give. Spiritually balancing the stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights, to acknowledge through this reflection that they have to plan and prepare to turn their back on things that's no longer going anywhere, where they can see destiny for what it is. There's your destified soulmate. Without support and heartbreak, you wouldn't have been able to know what it felt like. Damn. Okay, the King of Cups in reverse. And the 10 Pentacles. As long as this masculine keeps his pocket full of money, he ain't got love for himself. What's the masculine need to do with that 10 Pentacle? Well, through that, you're going to see it for what it is, King of Pentacles. Follow through and heal. It's a change and a turning point, that destified soulmate. Because without that support of being heartbroken, these investments without emotion is going to give him a new energy on what he's been holding back. That's the Queen of Swords blocking, halting him from finding peace and contentment. And that's the focus. Let's see. What is he seeing in the Queen of Swords that he didn't see before? The Queen of Wands. She's opposite. Lovers and 2 Pentacles. He's going back to her. Doesn't give a shit. Let's see your external energy. What is on their mind through this reading when it comes to Leo? Oh my gosh. The Empress in reverse. They picked the wrong Empress. 8 swords out of confusion. Oh, mental imprisonment. Now the 4 of Cups. There's the offer. They don't think it's going to be successful. External energy. Stop saying it's not going to be successful, because it won't be. They didn't recognize that you were the offer from the divine above, is what they're thinking. But now through the High Priestess, sitting back and observing, not speaking up much, 7 Wands. It's intuitive protection. Intuitive. This is protecting. The feminine will protect what she loves. 8 swords, confused. Magician. Yep, they manifested in confusion. What is in their emotions when it comes to Leo, man or woman? What's in their emotions? 10 Pentacles. And the Star. The Moon. All right, and the 4 of Wands. So, feeling comfortable behind the scenes and seeing it for what it is, through abundance, through legacy. I mean, we're clarifying feelings, and you have the Star and the Moon. Hope, faith, balance, renewal, and secret and comfort. But you got riches here too. finding emotional comfort in money. What's the 10 Pentacles? Well, the King of Cups. Masculine. That's where he finds his emotional riches. What's the Chariot? Okay, the 8 Cups. To be able to move forward and never go back, they have to take their emotions out on this level. They have to take their emotions out of this level to be able to level with their own independent, spiritual independence. It's not a conference call. This person's realizing it's not a conference call. They can't have nobody around them and nobody in their energy if they want to do it right. And there's the Empress. Then they'll get the right one. Then they can rebuild with the feminine. Wow. Acknowledge and working together with the feminine. The Magician in reverse. It's a wasted resource in love. Wow. What's the action they plan taking? Well, the action they plan taking is the Lovers and the King of Pentacles. So they're going to follow through with the Lovers connection. One more year. They're manifesting. This is new manifestations coming through because of the Four of Swords. They don't want anybody to know that they're looking into it. The Nine of Pentacles. And it's what they're looking into. They're looking into this Queen of Swords. And that's the Judgment. That's the breaker 1-9 calling on the Divine Father. Can you hear me kind of thing? Sunrise. They're going to make their final and firm decision on the spiritual enlightenment there. They're going to wake up their ancestors. And what they're asking is the 5 Wands. They're asking them about this jealous circle. Why are they so jealous of Leo? The Four of Pentacles, halt. Why is there a halted secret? Or a secret halted? They're asking, why don't I know? Why don't I know? What don't they know? Because the Queen of Pentacles, because they paired up with the other woman. They thought the Queen of Pentacles was their soulmate. But it actually clarified what they wish for. Why is the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Cups here? There's the Milky Way. And there's the 10 Wands. You know, the 10 Wands come out of nowhere. The Fool. And the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Swords. They took a risk and it caused an argument with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so they argued with the Queen of Wands, but all of this confusion came from the Eight of Swords and the Page of Wands, because what they manifested through a different interest, a spark of passion, sex. And here comes the Queen of Swords, 2 Wands. That's the path of interest they chose to invest into behind the scenes. They was alone in emotions. And that's what they're leaving now. That's the 6 Swords and the 7 Swords. They're leaving behind all the deception. You got 6 Swords, 7 Swords. They have one more truth to find before they leave it. They're trying to spiritually balance it. 7 Cups, 7 Swords. What is one more truth they have to come out with? 8 Pentacles. They are having to master it. It's a strategic mastery. To come together and trust. See the feminine come out the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Cups without communicating. Coming together on the enlightenment. This person knows that they're not going to have to tell you what happened. You already know what happened. They know that you know. But they have ascended. There's the King of Wands and the 9 Swords. So this masculine is in distress because the planet preparation of her foresight, they need to turn their back on it. They miss the love. The Ace of Cups. Unemotionally fulfilled with the blessing. Oh, Queen of Cups. Low vibing Queen of Cups. But trying to find peace and contentment in this wish fulfillment of the devil. There you go. The Death card. It's a transition of the dark side. With that new perspective, a whole new urge of creation behind the scenes, they're reconsidering what they hold in destiny. They're reconsidering what has held them back from their destiny. The Wheel of Fortune, I mean, that's a change and a turning point in life. And without you sitting up straight and riding the ride right, it's going to wobble. And here's the Emperor. Look. Struggling with initiating the offer truthfully. Or they're coming back to clarify the Page of Cups. What are they going to clarify? What's the Two of Pentacles? It's an ultimatum. They've been given an ultimatum. 5 Pentacles, 9 Swords. Low vibing stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights. So through all that stress, they're going to see the truth. Yep. Because back then they wasn't thinking straight. The 5 Cups, unemotionally fulfilled until they reflected on the boundaries and reconsidering the 4 of Wands, comfort, happy life, happy home, even the dog eats good kind of thing. This is a spiritual twin. Reconsidering the spiritual twin because the Queen of Swords, to find peace and contentment with the masculine emotionally, there's deceptive interference with the Knight of Pentacles, the long time interference from him getting to his soulmate Empress, from him getting to his past life feminine. And that's the struggling with what you manifest on a different path of interest independently. So your person's actually learning how to manifest by what's been served to them through what they're manifesting. I love you guys. Ciao.